Welcome back. A new Fox News poll finds nearly 80% of voters say that the economy is in poor shape. 22% say that the economy is in good shape. A full 53% of voters now say President Biden's actions are making inflation worse. Only 23% say he is actually helping things. The poll also finds 74% of voters are concerned about being able to pay their bills. Joining me right now is Virginia Governor Gov Youngkin, who recently signed off on a new state budget, which will include $1 billion in tax relief. Governor, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks very much for joining me this morning.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me. And thanks for highlighting the good work we're doing in Virginia. Maria, to be able to sign a budget that adds to our $4 billion of tax relief last year to another $1 billion to bring us to $5 billion in 18 months is a big statement. We know whose money it is. It's Virginians' money. It doesn't belong to the government, and we're really pleased to help them keep more of it in their pockets.
Well, you're right. You are alleviating the strain on Virginians right now with this tax move. But what can you tell the Congress right now? We've been talking all morning, Governor, about the fact that there are factions within the Republican Party that do not want to continue Nancy Pelosi's reckless spending, even for another 30 days in a continuing resolution. So they're up against each other, unable to even bring the defense bill for a vote to the floor because they're afraid they won't get the 218 votes. Give some advice here.
Well, can I begin with the clear fact, Maria, that the Biden economy isn't working for anybody. And I'm not sure who the 20+% people are who think that it is working. We're seeing inflation run away from all American families and Virginia families. People go to the grocery store, and it's a gut punch. And there's no relief coming. And you highlighted earlier this morning about runaway oil prices. And on top of that, healthcare prices are going through the roof, expectedly so, because of the terrible decisions that were made that made it incredibly hard for healthcare organizations to manage themselves through the pandemic. And so this inflationary pressure that we're seeing across the entire country is driven by Joe Biden's bad policies. And so it's time for Joe Biden to lead. I do believe that with the week to 10 days that we have here, that a deal could be hit. I think it's going to require Joe Biden to come to the table and back off of the crazy reckless spending that he has been such a champion of. Even his own economists have been saying that this kind of approach will cause runaway inflation. And guess what? That's exactly what it's done. He needs to lead. I do completely back the Republicans coming together and saying, hey, folks, let's do this. Let's put something on the table. And I think that's what happened overnight is a first shot. I think that first shot is reasonable and really starts with common sense because they're focusing on the issue at hand, which on top of the reckless spending is the border, Maria, and we've got an open border that must be shut. We're seeing it not only damage our drug restrictions, and it's a drug crisis, but on top of that, we're seeing a huge national security crisis on top of that. With communist Chinese spies coming across the border trying to infiltrate every aspect of America. This is a moment for us to force Joe Biden to come to the table. He has to lead because that's what executives do. And I want to go back to where we started. That's what I did in our own process in Virginia. I made sure that we knew that we needed to get to $1 billion of tax relief. That's where we got to. And you got to bring people together when you have divided government. That's what Joe Biden must do. And listen, the Republicans are going to come together. There's a week to 10 days to really get something good done here.
Well, look, you're taking on all these issues just in the state of Virginia, but these issues are national issues. We're talking about budgetary issues. You raised the border. You've also taken on communist China. You put a line in the sand about government employees and TikTok. You put a line in the sand about Chinese communist officials coming in and buying land in Virginia, particularly near our important, sensitive military installations, correct?
We did, because we recognize in Virginia that the Chinese Communist Party is trying to dominate the world at America's expense. They're using every avenue they possibly can, from economic imperialism to saber rattling with our allies in Taiwan or Japan and Korea, to trying to gain access to every secret they can with, yes, balloons, but also Cuban spy installations, and trying to flood the country with communist Chinese operatives. one of the things that I'm really pleased that we did was we stood up against their economic imperialism. They were trying to use a Trojan horse structure with Ford to come in and build an EV plant that would only be a tunnel for them to put their technology in every electric vehicle in America. This would be funding U.S. taxpayer dollars to a company controlled by the Communist Chinese Party. We said not in Virginia, it's not happening. And now what we're seeing, of course, is that they are trying to leverage that position across America because they have such a dominant role in electric vehicles. And that's exactly where the Biden administration fails yet again, which is with this laser focus they have on driving America into a mandated electric vehicle purchase. All it does is drive us economically into the Communist Chinese Party's hands. We've got to wake up. He's got to wake up and make sure he understands that they are not a friend here, and we've got to be strong.
And, of course, one more implication of all of that bad policy is strikes. And that's what we're seeing right now with United Auto Workers. So early voting in the Virginia elections start this week. All 100 House seats will be on the ballot. The Democrat National Committee pumping in $1.2 million into the state for these races, Governor. I know your Spirit of Virginia PAC brought in nearly $6 million in the second quarter of 2023. While in July, you launched a program to boost early voting turnout. Tell us more. How are you feeling about this?
Well, this is the most important election in the nation, in my view, because this is a chance for us to stand up yet again, following up in 2021, and very clearly state that we believe that children belong to parents, not to the state. That we believe that we must stand up for victims, not for criminals, and that, in fact, we know it's your money, not the government's. And that's why these elections are so important, because a state that was truly lost has been moving systematically back into the land of common sense, conservative leadership and policy. The largest election in America, in my view, is also a moment where the other side wakes up. And President Biden last week said, you know, that Virginia is hugely important. He came and campaigned. Well, my point is keep coming, President Biden, because Virginians and Americans understand that what you're doing is not working. But that's why we also are so focused on getting out the vote. And Republicans have to get off the sidelines. We have a great early voting program across the Commonwealth. We're in a 50-day sprint. You know, we have 45 days of early voting, and that's why I'm encouraging everybody to go to secureyourvotevirginia.com. Make a plan to vote early. Let's win this, and let's finish the work that started in 2021 and demonstrate that a state that was truly lost could, in fact, right itself. And we can do this in this election. In 24 months, we'll have completely turned around. And this is a moment to make a big statement, not just for Virginians, but also for the nation.
Well, that's called leadership. And now you've got the Republicans also adopting early voting, trying to match what the Democrats were able to do over the last couple of cycles. Now, the last time we spoke, Governor, I asked you about your policies and how they mimic the issues that you're facing, mimic what's happening in the country. And you said, look, I'm not. And I said, are you going to put your hat in the ring to run for president? You said, I'm only focused on the legislature and getting through what we're doing in Virginia. And I said, well, then it could be too late to actually do the filings. If you're almost done here, are you still going to consider running for president of the United States in the 2024 election?
Well, Maria, it's incredibly humbling to even have this discussion. But this weekend, I was campaigning in Loudoun County and Fredericksburg and Stafford County in Virginia for great senators and great delegate candidates. You know, my friend Juan Pablo Segura has a chance to be one of the first Hispanic Americans elected to our Senate, and so we're going to make sure that he wins. And this is a key race for us to swing our Senate. So I am laser focused on our legislative races. That's what I was hired to do, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to hold our House and flip our Senate, and we're going to make sure that Virginians understand that we're standing up for parents. We're going to make sure we take good care of their resources because they belong to them. We're going to stand up for law enforcement. And Virginia has a chance, again, to make this statement that I think America needs to see, that we can move. In 24 months, we can move. And this is why I'm so focused on making sure that we hold our House, flip our Senate, and make that statement for all of America.
Yeah, and I think you put parents first, and you also ensured that one gentleman recently was not attacked. I want you to walk us through what just happened, because this was such an important move, underlying once again your support for parents and their right to push back on the policies that they don't agree with for their children.
Yeah, Mr. Smith was doing whatever a dad would do across America. His daughter had been sexually assaulted in a school bathroom, and the school district was not only ignoring it, they were trying to hide it. And he stood up at a school board meeting and said, "Not here." And I'll tell you, Maria, he should have never been prosecuted. And that's why I was so pleased to be able to grant him a full pardon. And worse yet, what it took in order to shine a light on all of this was first an election of a new governor in 2021, and then my directive to our Attorney General, Jason Miyares, who did a great job here of uncovering what had really happened. And of course, when the full report came out from a grand jury, the school superintendent was fired, appropriately so. This is a moment for us to step back and, first of all, right a wrong. This was a gross miscarriage of justice. But on top of that, to remind parents that children belong to you, and standing up for them is not just our right, but it's our responsibility. And I go to work every day to make sure that parents have that right in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Governor, we appreciate you and your time this morning. Thank you, sir.
Great to be with you, Maria. Have a great Monday.
And to you, Governor Glenn Youngkin.